if you are familiar with this program, as I hope more and more of you are becoming, you will find that this is more than that. It is more than just the middle of the week hump day downhill to Friday. Yes, brethren and sistren, because I am a recovering Southern Baptist, it's Prayer Meetin Wednesday on the Horn. Oh, mersey-dotes and dozy-dotes and little lambsy-divey, kiddly-divey too, wouldn't you, amen. I love you. Welcome, brethren and sistren, to the Cathedral of Common Sense. Put out your cigarettes out there by the curbside where you're smoking with the heathens. Come on in. Just pass right by that 20-year-old bowl of buttermints that's been sitting there since the church was founded. Come on down that blood-red aisle, brethren and sistren, down the blood-red aisle, and fall on your knees. Amen. Fall on your knees and lay your hands upon the subwoofer and feel those healing rays of reason passing through you from the server on high. Glory. I am Archpope Bob Kincaid, and this is Prayer Meetin on Wednesday night on the Horn. The last of the blackberries that were picked this summer in amongst the copperheads. We did find some of the copperheads amongst the blackberries, and we put them in a cooler, saving them for later worship services. But the last of the blackberries that were picked from amongst those copperhead-infested vines and bushes and thorns, they went into this evening's cobbler down to the fellowship hall, and it was good. The deacons were fair to fighting with one another, brethren and sisters, trying to get at the last of it, and a little bit of sweet cream to pour on the top. It was good, I tell you. But now it's time to get down to business. Oh, glory, I have good news for you. You may recall when we discussed the fallout and follow-up to the Beckerheads' White Stock, you may recall that I suggested that there was a lot of Mormon dog whistling going on. And lo and behold, while I was the only real liberal doing that, a few members of the right-wing fundamentalist types, they noticed it too. And I noticed it and I noticed it and they noticed it for the same reason. I was raised in that swill, right-wing fundamentalism. But lo and behold, it only took a little over a month, and Dana Milbank at the Washington Post has caught on. And he wrote a couple of days ago, and this was forwarded along to me by Megan over in Delaware. She sent me a note saying, "Oh my God, Bob, you were right." Well, I was. You know, the best way to stay ahead of the news curve and the best way to set yourself up in such a way as to hear the news and go, "Oh my God, Bob, I've known about that for a month," is to listen to the Horn and to help keep the Horn on the air. But Dana Milbank, a month after I was talking about it, Dana Milbank wrote in one of his first appearances on Fox News, founder of the Church of Jesus Christ of LDS, or Mormon Church. You can put parens around the M between R and O, Moron Church. Smith is believed to have said in 1840 that when the Constitution hangs by a thread, elders of the Mormon Church will step up on the proverbial white horse to save the country. Brigham Young wrote in 1855, "When the Constitution of the United States hangs, as it were, upon a single thread, they will have to call for the Mormon elders to save it from utter destruction, and they will step forth and do it." Interestingly, as Milbank notes, 10 days before Beck made the statement on the Big Giant Heads program, he was doing his radio shtick, and he had Senator Orrin Hatch of Utah, also a Mormon, when he said, "I heard Barack Obama talk about the Constitution, and I thought, we are at the point, or we are very near the point, where our Constitution is hanging by a thread." And Hatch says, "Well, let me tell you something. I believe the Constitution is hanging by a thread." Hatch again used that phrase in January 2009. "I believe our Constitution hangs by a thread." And I don't know how many of you took me seriously when I said that White Stock was Mormon dog whistling. But it was. You bet it was. And what does that mean? Well, that means the buy gold and the buy freeze-dried food and the instant water, just add hot Mormon, all of those huckster things that run on his program are designed in anticipation of the establishment of an LDS. Oh, they seem so benevolent, don't they? They ain't. Go read the early history of the Mormon church, and you will find that they were as bloodthirsty as anybody else moving westward, and perhaps more so. They engineered and perpetrated horrible slaughters on their way to Utah, as well as when they got to Utah. They sowed discord wherever they went, and just because they've settled down doesn't mean that they've gotten all that they're as nice as those black pants, white shirts, and skinny black ties and bicycles would indicate. They don't get liquored up because they're staying sober to whip your drunk ass. You understand? So, well, there you go. Once again, that frayed purple velvet robe with the tattered moon and stars on it, and the magic 8-ball that always reads "Answer hazy, ask again later." And it just keeps coming in handier and handier here at the Horn. I don't mean to, and it's not magic. It's just the ability to look at the nation and understand where evil people, the evil places that evil people want to go. That's all. That's all.